Questions over the future of Notting Hill Carnival. Organisers appeal to government for funds as a last resort to save the event amid safety concerns. We'll have the latest on this exclusive story, also tonight. Concerns a growing number of younger children, some just 10 years old, are being drawn into violent offending in the capital.
What we need is to be really investing in that prevention that stops them getting engaged and being exploited around violence in the first place.
Plus, the challenge of tackling a rise in graffiti on tube trains. We'll tell you which are the worst affected lines. And conducting the crowd, Londoner and singer-songwriter Jacob Collier chats to us about that and his music. Detectives think the murder in Camden of 69-year-old Jennifer Abbott could be linked to a diamond-encrusted Rolex, which they believe is missing from her possessions. Her body was discovered at her home in Mornington Place on Friday. The standard charge for car drivers using the Dartford crossing, which links the M25 in Essex and Kent, will rise by £1 to £3.50 in September. Transport Minister Lillian Greenwood said the road was used by as many as 180,000 vehicles each day and that the current charge was no longer sufficient. And taxi-hailing company Bolt has announced plans to launch e-bikes in the capital this summer. The company says it's working with local authorities and Transport for London to ensure safe and well-integrated operations.
That was Laura Scott. Now, TfL says there's been a steep increase in tube graffiti on the Central and Bakerloo lines. Each week, more than 3,000 tags are being removed, but a shortage of trains means they can't always be taken out of service and cleaned straight away. Our transport correspondent Tom Edwards reports.
If you use the Bakerloo or the Central lines, you will have seen it, a huge increase in the amount of graffiti. It also recently hit the headlines, and TfL are struggling to keep up.
Transport for London are removing about 1,000 of these tags every week on the Bakerloo line and about 2,000 on the Central. And they used to pull the trains out of service while they did that, but because this is such an antiquated fleet and there's fewer of these trains, they aren't now always able to do that.
At the Hainault depot, graffiti cleaning teams are working around the clock. They have removed 23,000 bits of graffiti in 2 months.
This is the normal daily activities of removing the graffiti tags that are put on. They're buffing it off with lightweight professional buffers and a compound because it's leather dye, it's not paint. It will not come off with normal graffiti remover, so it needs a special tool to take it off, and it's a long, hot, hard hours for them to remove it.
And a lack of trains on the 2 oldest fleets make the problem much worse.
Typically, we had the spares previously where if it was damaged and there was graffiti inside the train or outside, it would not go into service. But in order to maintain the timetable, unfortunately, some of the trains that are getting damaged are having to go into public use. Graffiti makes the trains feel and the underground feel less safe, and it can often be a magnet for other criminal activity as well. So it's important that we get rid of it. We take it very, very seriously because customers do complain a lot about what they see, and we want to sort it out.
Transport for London is working with the police to try and stop those behind this and introducing more cleaning teams. But at the moment, it's struggling to stop the graffiti. Tom Edwards, BBC London.
In tennis, the grass court season is upon us, with Queen's underway and Wimbledon just around the corner. But in SW19, there's an ongoing row over expansion plans by the All England club, and it's now about to reach the courts. Chris Legg brings us both sides of the story.
Wimbledon rarely disappoints for drama on the court. This summer, there'll be drama in court as well. A judicial review into Wimbledon's plans to expand onto what was a golf course on Wimbledon Park. Thousands of locals object. Thousands too, says chair of the All England club, Debbie Jevons, support the proposals.
We've done some polling, and the recent polling demonstrates that those in favour of our project has gone from 50 to 62%, but importantly, those against it is less than 10%, and that's really, really encouraging to us as we look to deliver a fabulous new park for them.
The All England Club says it surveyed 10,000 people. Many more, though, have signed a petition against the plan set up by campaign group Save Wimbledon Park.
We all love the tennis. You know, they do a great job across the road. They don't need to be here as well. There are some local people, but actually we've had 22,000 petitioners. We've had 1,100 separate donations to our fighting fund and serious local support.
The plans entail the building of 38 new courts and an 8,000-seat stadium. It would allow Wimbledon to move their qualifying tournament here from Roehampton, effectively extending the championships by a week.
We are the only Grand Slam that doesn't A, have a permanent venue for its qualifying, or B, is able to have its qualifying on site, and we want to be able to match what our other Grand Slams do to maintain Wimbledon at the pinnacle of the sport.
Simon will protest as a strawberry when the judicial review takes place at the High Court during Wimbledon fortnight.
Are you NIMBYs?
Yeah, we get accused of that a lot. This case has huge significance. Altec, the All England Lawn Tennis Club, are trying to build on land that is metropolitan open land, so that's same as Greenbelt. There's at least 50 other MOL sites in the London area. If they allowed to build, that has a really bad precedent set for the other 50 MOLs. So this goes far beyond just this particular area.
Legal challenges to overcome, lots of work to do. What's the earliest you could envisage your dream becoming a reality?
Early 2033, but what I will state is that as and when we are able to do so, the first thing we will do is deliver the park, is turn the golf course, the 23 acres, into a park. So the public benefit in that respect will be much earlier than when we're hitting tennis balls.
Whoever does win, we're still some way from game, set and match. Chris Slegg, BBC London.